Hey, what's up, soldiers? My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome to my full Easter egg guide tutorial walkthrough for the brand new Zombies map, Alpha Omega in Black Ops 4 Zombies. Honestly, I really like this map, and I think the Easter egg is a lot of fun, so I hope this video does help you out. If you do enjoy, please drop a like and subscribe if you're new, and please consider subscribing. And if you do end up subscribing, let me know down below in the comment section so I can reply and say thanks. Without further ado, let's jump into it. So the first thing you need to do is open up Pack-a-Punch, then turn the 4 valves of the houses that have smoke, green smoke coming out of them. And once you do that, then you need to end the round. So you need to make sure you end the round, then you can go over here and activate Rushmore by pressing square on this computer. The next step is going to be a little bit more complicated because you need to find different codes around the map. There's 4 codes. So the first one you need to find is going to be here, and it's going to be the code that is for Sawyer. Now, this Sawyer code you need to remember, so write it down or anything like that on a piece of paper if you have one, or type it on your computer or your phone or anything like that. Now, there's a couple more locations that paper can spawn. It can spawn, like I just showed you, it can spawn up here on this desk, and this is all in the APD interrogation room, and it can also spawn underneath the stairs. There were zombies blocking the way, so I kind of just went around instead, and you just need to find that code and remember it. So the next place we're going to be going to is actually going to be in the solitary confinement area, and there is going to be a key that you need to grab out of this key thing. It's the number 5 key, and then we're going to be going over here into APD control. You shoot these papers and another code is going to spawn. This is going to be the 3rd code that you're going to enter, and it's for Peter McCain. And last but not least, guys, we're going to make our way all the way back up top to the yellow house. And there's going to be a desk where you're going to use that key that you just acquired to actually open up the desk upstairs in the yellow house. And that is going to be the last and final code for Purnell. So now what you need to do is make your way all the way back to Rushmore, which is where the computer is. His name is Rushmore. You're going to hear me referring to him multiple times. And there's one more code that you're going to need. And this one is always the same, and it's always in the room. And it is right here. It is 7626. It's written down with looks like some sort of marker, I guess. And that is always the first code you're going to enter. So you just have to go up to the number pad and press square when you're hovering over each of the different codes. Now I sped it up so that I could enter them all really fast, but basically you just want to enter it as fast as you possibly can and get this out of the way. Now the only thing that is a little bit annoying is you have to wait like 20 seconds between entering each code, which can get a little bit annoying, but once you enter all of the codes, then you are well on your way to continuing the Easter egg. Alright guys, so the next step, you're going to go down in the bunker, and there's some TVs that look exactly like that one, and one of them is going to be lit up. Now they're going to be in the beds area, the lounge area, or the diner area, and what you want to do is get Galvanuckles for 5,000 points and punch a zombie next to it. Now what it's going to do is tell you a letter, and it's also going to tell you a military time. So 0745 is going to be 7:45, and basically you just listen and write all of these down because you're going to be setting clocks that are located around the map. Now this really isn't too confusing. So the first one is D. So as you can see, you'll see the D mailbox. You find the clock in the room, and for this one it needs to be D0745, which is 7:45. So in order to change the hour, you're going to knife the clock, and then in order to change the minutes, you just have to press the interaction button. So press square on PlayStation, X on Xbox, or press F on PC, and basically it just needs to change to the correct time. And once it's done, you're going to get a quote, and I'm going to just play some music through the rest of this, but basically you just need to go to the different areas of the map. It's really not too complicated, and I'm just kind of going through showing you guys where all the clock locations are. So there's prisoner holding. This one is a little hard to see, but this is the F area in the APD interrogation room. And once again, you're just going to be repeating the process over and over, changing all the clocks in the exact same order that the TV told you. You need to make sure it's the same order. So just remember that. And the last one I'm doing is going to be A and then E. And then last but not least, guys, there's going to be one clock in one of the houses that you did not spin, and it usually always seems to be inside of the greenhouse, so that one is last. But before we get into that, there is this one that's in the operations room, and every time you set this clock correctly, you're going to end up getting a free ray gun Mark II that you can use for the Easter egg. Now, it's just a normal one. It doesn't have any special effects, but it is pack-a-punch, so you can just grab it right out of the thing and you're good to go. It's really, really fast and easy to get when you enter this time, so it's just a free ray gun that you can get. So in my game, the greenhouse did not have a specific time. So what you want to do is go up to the clock that you never used and press square, and it's going to give you a time. I ended up getting 9 o'clock, so it would be 0900 for a 4-digit code. So for example, if you get 645, it would be 0645. But since I got 9 o'clock, I'm going to enter 0900 inside of Rushmore. And he's going to end up saying that I failed, that I was not successful, and that he still doesn't trust you. But that is what you're supposed to get. So he pretends that he doesn't know what you're doing and you're wrong, but you're really not. So the next thing you need to do, guys, is hold square to access Rushmore. And he's going to tell you that you need to go through the Broken Arrow core values. So the next step, there's going to be a Nova Crawler that is actually red. It had a weird experience with element 115 and turned red. So what you need to do is escort that all the way into the transfusion facility room. Now, this guy is a little bit annoying, and he's going to spawn somewhere in the bunker, so you basically need to just bring him along. Sometimes he completely turns around. He usually follows the host of the game, so if you're playing solo, he'll follow you, but if you're playing with like a friend that's hosting, then it's probably going to follow your friend. And you basically just bring him in here, then he's going to go through the barrier and climb up the stairs, and you are done that step. It's pretty simple. So for the next one, you need to go back and access Rushmore. You basically have to do this before every single step in the entire game. The next one's really cool because Marlton, yes, Black Ops 2 Marlton from Transit is actually on the map, and he steals element 115. So you knife this door that is basically right down the bunker from the greenhouse. Then you need to go to the storage room and activate Adam, which is basically a silver protector on this map, and you're going to end up bringing him all the way back to that door, and then Marlton will hear the robot and be like, okay, I don't want him to kill me, you can take back your element 115, and he's going to like open up the door and all that sort of thing. And it's a really, really cool thing that Marlton is actually on the map. I really, really think it's a cool step. And it's so simple as well. You can save a zombie for this. So basically, Marlton's going to open up the door, and you're going to get the element 115 canister back out, as you can see. So we're going to grab the case of element 115 or canister, and you're going to end up bringing it back over here to this building, which is the same one that we just brought the red guy to as well, the transfusion facility. You place it on the shelf, and then you are done that step. So now, once again, we're going to be activating or accessing Rushmore once again by pressing square or F or X, depending on what console you're on. And you need to place a teleporter pad back here behind prisoner holding. And then you're going to have to go over to the power switch area or the room right before it. And you're going to have to place another teleporter pad down there so that you can do this step as fast as possible. So what you're going to be doing is getting those blue electric Nova Crawlers that shoot electricity at you to actually shock the box. As you see, there was an orb that shocked it, and it's going to open this up. What you need to do is grab this small driver, I guess you could say, inside of this machine. Then you need to teleport, and then you need to get out of teleporter. It's the fastest if you have a katana and you pull it out, because you can run faster. And then you need to go place it inside of this one. You only have 7 seconds to do it, so you don't have a lot of time. You need to make sure you do it as fast as you possibly can, because that is going to make your life a lot easier if you don't have to keep redoing it, because it can be a little bit annoying. So now, guys, once again, you're going to activate the exact same thing. And now you're going to need Brain Rot on your gun. There are 3 paintings. The first one is here in Lounge, and you're going to need to write down the code because you're going to have to enter it into Rushmore. The next one is over here in Beds. Now, you can do these in any order. It doesn't matter, but just do them in the order that you actually ended up knocking down the paintings. So I did Beds second, and then last but not least, there's one at the top of the greenhouse right here, and we ended up getting that last code. So now you're going to make your way over to Rushmore and just enter them once again. So this step is fairly simple. Just do it in the order that you completed them, and I think you shouldn't have any problems at all. This step is definitely pretty easy, I would say. Overall, like, the hardest step is probably the escort one with the red guy, and other than that, like, all the steps are pretty straightforward and they're not very hard. You're just going to need to be careful with zombies and things like that when you're playing, but overall I really like this Easter egg, and this step is also really easy. Let's get into the next one. Alright guys, so once again you have to talk to Rushmore or access him, I guess. So I'll tell you the next one. Now basically all of the lights and power is going to shut off on the map. So what you have to do is go around and access 6 different levers, and basically there's a way to do them all perfectly every time because you need all the lights to light up green. So the first one here in Diner is going to be up. Now the next one in the Beds area is also going to be up. And I'm going to have like a thing in the description if you just want to read through it. But the Beds area is up. Now the next one we're going to be going to is going to be in the Lounge, and this one is going to be down. So you can flip it up and down. It doesn't really matter if you like end up flipping it, or you can just leave it how it is. You don't actually have to flip it. Next one in the generators is going to be up as well. And next but not least, we are going to be going to storage, and this one is going to be down. So make sure it's flipped down. And then last but not least, the 6th one is going to be over in solitary, and this one needs to be pointing down. And once you flip this switch, they should all be green. Now you can do them in any order, it doesn't matter. Just make sure that you follow exactly how I told you to flip the switches. And then you basically just go right back to the original power switch that you flipped on in the beginning of the game, and you're going to flip on the power switch, and boom, you're done that step. It's actually really simple, and Rushmore is so happy because his power is back on, and he's going to tell you exactly what to do. So once you do that step, guys, there is going to be a mannequin that is going to have blue all around it. And basically everyone in your game has to press square on the mannequin to actually activate him. Now what it's going to do is have a lockdown step. So you can't actually leave the area. If you do, it will reset and you have to restart. But there's a bunch of different mannequin locations. The first one, once you complete it, you get an arm. The second one that you complete is going to give you another arm. And these are all over the map. There's a bunch of different locations. So there's one in the back of greenhouse, back of yellow house, back of brown house where the box spawn is, behind or near the prison holding cell. There's one in the diner and also in the lounge, and they can spawn in any of those locations. So once you finish the second one, you'll get another hand, and then Rushmore will tell you that you need a head as well. So we ended up getting the third location over here in the transfusion facility yard. And what you want to do is press square again. Once again, it's the exact same thing as the lockdown, and you'll get the head. Now what you need to do is bring it to the APD interrogation room, and what you're going to do is press square. And it turns out that this guy is actually one of the OG zombies guys, and he is McCain, Peter McCain. So then an orb is going to spawn, and there's 3 different locations for that. There's a window inside the kitchen of the greenhouse, there's a window to the left of the pack-a-punch machine, and there's a window upstairs in the yellow house. Now what you need to do is get that orb and basically just follow it and escort it all the way back to the APD interrogation area where you just interacted with Peter McCain and gave him his head and his arms and all that stuff. It's a really self-explanatory step, but just follow the orb. That's literally all you have to do, and it seems like the faster you go, the faster it will move, which is one of the things that you can do. But I think that this step is a little annoying because he'll just go like randomly around the map and just go like completely the wrong direction for the longest time. It usually takes about 2 minutes to escort him all the way, and then Peter McCain will transfer his basic like conscience or whatever into that orb. So once you're done that, you go back and access Rushmore, and you are basically ready for the end of the game. It's the boss fight time. So what you're gonna do is go to the APD control, and there's some computers here. What you need to do is everyone in your game has to press square. So you're gonna press square, and then a bunch of those Adam robots are gonna be coming, and what you need to do is basically fill up one of the things on the side of the MPD with souls. So all you're doing is killing them. It's just like on Moon when you're doing cryogenic slumber party. You're just going to be getting a bunch of kills, and all the souls are going to be collected. And eventually, once you are done this, you're going to see the main villain of this entire map, which is Cornelius Purnell as a stinking Avogadro. It's really, really cool. The dialogue is awesome. He's like, Cornelius was my mortal name, and then I want to be called Avogadro. So then a nuke goes off, and then you basically need to go around the map to 4 different locations, and there's going to be these things that you need to power up in order to do this. So those are always going to be in the same areas, the canisters. So just make sure that you go around. They are always in beds, storage, diner, and lounge. Now you can go to these in any order. Before you had to do it in a certain order, but I think Treyarch ended up patching it today so that you can activate whichever one you want. But it is definitely probably the smartest idea to do like the lounge first, because it's closest to the solitary hallway, which you want to use in order to get back inside of that area. You can also go through and do storage last, because that one is also close. But once you complete it, you need to leave the room that you are in, because it will basically kill you. There's too much electricity from the Avogadro there. So it's kind of like the islands on Ancient Evil. So all you're doing is just filling these with souls. There's going to be a bunch of these Adam robots that spawn, and you're just repeatedly killing them over and over, filling souls. Now this step is super, super easy, and I really don't think it's that hard. So last but not least, once you fill all 4 of them, and you'll hear the robot talking to you saying what to do, and once you complete them all and they say you're done filling, then you are going to go back to the APD control room. And if you go in a way where there's a lot of electricity, you have to go around. Just remember that. And then basically you're just gonna lead the Avogadro back into the APD. So you're just going to shoot him, and he's going to go in the direction that you shoot him in. So as you can see, we're shooting out of the doorway right to the bottom of the stairs. Then he's going to get all the way sucked back in, and then what you're going to do is actually transfer him to transit, because this map takes place before that. So everyone has to press square on the computer. He's going to end up getting teleported over to transit, and then last but not least, you end up getting the elemental shard, and you are done the Easter egg. So anyways, guys, I hope this Easter egg tutorial did help you out. If it did, please drop a like and subscribe if you're new. And if you guys do end up subscribing, let me know down below in the comment section so I can reply and say thank you. Anyways, guys, I hope you have an amazing day. And if you need any guides, by the way, they will all be linked down below in the description. I'll see you guys all later. Peace out.